England's head coach announces his squad at 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, with Eddie Jones set to announce his squad for England's Old Mutual Wealth series on Thursday morning. We look at some of the selection decisions facing their head coach. The three-test series, live on Sky Sports action, follows on from a successful summer which contained 2 victories over in Argentina. After many new faces featuring in the summer and with British-Irish Lions returning, Jones' strategy for this autumn series has not been made crystal clear. The Australian likes to keep his players on their toes, and predicting is thinking isn't always straightforward. That said, the smart money would be on an experienced individual or two being rested, perhaps in part this November, with the majority of his frontline players coming back in. One other factor that may come to light during the course of Wednesday is the outcome of 2 disciplinary hearings from Round 2 of the European Rugby Champions Cup. England captain Dylan Hartley's case was dismissed and he is free to play. Dylan Hartley's citing complaint against him has been dismissed. The other 2 hearings feature Nathan Hughes and Joe Marler, and the results may force Jones' hand in those areas. First, let's focus on individuals potentially being rested for some of the forthcoming series, and a prime candidate for that is Maro Itoje. The 22-year-old has played in all 6 of Saracens' Aviva Premiership matches and started both of their Champions Cup games. He has amassed 602 minutes of rugby out of a possible 640 so far this season, following his output in New Zealand this summer. The message, from both Saracens and England, is that there is a plan for him, and perhaps that plan includes a rest when it comes to this set of internationals. Maro Itoje could be rested, in part, by Eddie Jones this autumn. If that did occur, then Bath's Charlie Ewels may be the individual that comes into the squad after starting both tests in Argentina this summer, and being continually positively name-checked by Jones. Hot on Ewell's heels is Saracens' Nick Isiekwe, who is growing in stature this season courtesy of the game time that has been afforded to him due to injuries at his club. With regard to the 2 final disciplinary hearings, they carry low entry points of 12-week suspensions and mid-range suspensions of 6 weeks. In terms of the back row, any suspension handed to Hughes would compound the already limited selection choices due to Billy Vunipola's long-term injury. Nathan Hughes faces an anxious wait after a sighting against Harlequins. Many would say that the form number 8 in the Premiership has been Exeter Chiefs' Sam Simmonds. Yet Jones' last words on the forward when he announced his training squad back in September were that he sees him as a 7 for us. Simmonds may still be included in the squad, but not as cover for that position. Northampton Saints team Anna Harrison has said that helps focused on gaining an England recall, while Jackson Ray has been an ever-present figure in Saracens' 8 jersey since Billy Vunipola's injury. In the front row, Mako Vunipola and Ellis Genge could very easily take up the reins if Marler is out, with Matt Mullen and Nathan Catt potentially arriving back into the squad. Eddie Jones has highlighted that when you strive to be number 1, it is not comfortable. The backline is an area where minimal changes may arise, except for those forced by injuries. Jack Noel and Ben Teo are the high-profile casualties of the early season, which may hand opportunities for Denny Solomona to reintroduce himself into the mix and see Piers Francis retain his spot from the summer as a midfield option. Teo's absence, alongside Mano Tuilaga's injury, may mean that England go into this 3-test series with only ball-playing midfielders as opposed to having that more physical option at their disposal. When the duo are back to fitness, that shift in style may re-emerge, and for the forthcoming matches Henry Slade could command England's 13 jersey outside Owen Farrell. The Exeter Chief was told by England's head coach to focus on that outside centre position and has been showing outstanding form of late, particularly against Montpellier in their recent Champions Cup match. England have been drawn in Pool C with Argentina in Rugby World Cup 2019. The task that will be put to the individuals selected on Thursday has been made very clear by Jones. It remains all about progressing swiftly along the road to Rugby World Cup 2019. Over the next 18 months we will play against France, Argentina, Tonga and the USA, explained Jones to RFU.com. The opponent on the field might not be those sides, but we will practice our game plan against teams with similar playing styles to those in our Rugby World Cup pool. Getting ready for a World Cup is all about rehearsing, so against France we will have a particular game plan. Tonga, probably the most physical team in the world, we have to be ready for that physical onslaught, and then the USA, who are probably one of the most athletic teams in the world. Watch your Eddie Jones squad announcement live on Sky Sports News at 9 a.m. on Thursday, October 26.